Hello guys, first of all I welcome you all to this interview question series. Okay, and we are seeing some of the interview question related to Python, and we are in the set 10 right now. Okay, and in the previous sets we already seen some of the interview questions related to Python, and specifically the coding related. Okay, specifically coding related. Let me just move forward in the these sessions and talk about the more coding questions related to the interview. Okay, so let me just go here and bring some first problem for this session. So we have to write the Python program to check the occurrences of given character into the string. Check the occurrences of given character into the string. Let's suppose I am giving the string as a India, and I just wanted to check how many times I will appear in the India. I have to write the code for that. I have to write the code for that. So pretty simple one. Okay, so let me just take the user input first. Okay, using the input function, and I'm prompting the user to input some string. So enter some number, some string, right? Enter some string. So user will input something like that, right? Enter something like that. Also I wanted to know which character to check. So char to check is my variable, and let me just again utilize the input function, enter some characters. Okay, and it will input something like I. Clear? So let me just bring some function here. So let me just form some function here. Def check of occurrences. Okay, check occurrences, and this function will take two parameters, two positional parameters. First one is the string, and second one is the char. Okay, second one is the char. And after getting that, we will just utilize the built-in method. The built-in method something like occurrences. Let me just take one variable, n is equals to, so string is there, dot count of character you are passing. Clear? And just return the whatever the result you will get. So this is my simple function I have. Let me just invoke the function. First I'll create one variable and then invoke the function. Okay, invoke the function, and I'm passing the user input. Okay, I'm passing the user input and char to check, right? So this is how we can get the things, and we will just print it beautifully onto the console. Okay, so we will just print beautifully into the console. So we can take the f string here, and so what I wanted to do here is that the character something like whatever you have passed, char to check, is present in the string. Okay, present in the string whatever the user input we got for the string times, and then in the string something these many times, right? These many times. Clear? So this is how we can just print it beautifully. And let me just run the code, asking for a string. So India, asking for a character I. So character I is present in the string India 2 times. Okay, so we can take the S here and it will be okay. I guess it's clear for all of you. Let me just move ahead with the second question we have. Write the Python program to print the multiplication table. The similar question we have seen in the last session as well. Okay, in the last session we will just print the multiplication table, but without multiplication operator. Without that star operator, we will just print the multiplication table. But if they haven't specified anything, then we can just employ this approach. We will see the second approach in the session only. So what I'm trying to do here is that let me just take one user input first, which is the number, the table they want, which number table they want. So enter some number, okay, the number is getting. So let me just take one let me just take one function here. Okay, let me just take one function here, and in that function print multiplication table, multi-table. Okay, passing the user input or number I have. And so let me just take one for loop for every I in range 1 to 11, right? And let me just print something with respect to that. I'm printing number multiplied the number I got. Clear? From 1 to 11 or 1 to 10. Clear? So let me just invoke the function as well. So print multiplication table, and I'm passing the user input here. Okay. Passing the user input here. So to run it nicely, I have to comment out few of the stuff from the previous code I have written. So let me just comment this thing out. Let me just comment this thing out as well quickly, right? Okay, so I am just ready for executing the stuff. Okay, I'm getting the okay. So the thing is that okay, let me just check out. I'm commenting all the stuffs, user input in, and I'm just forget to add the input function here. Okay, let me just take that input as well. Yeah, let me just run this again. Okay, asking for a number, great, and I'm getting the table of this. Clear? You can just opt for any other number if you want, something like 19, and you will get the 19 table. Clear? So this is how we can just print the multiplication table. This is a simple approach you can employ if they haven't specified anything. Clear? Next question we have for the day: write the Python program to get the following output. So the thing is that we have to get this output with this input. Okay, so the thing is that what's really happening here, okay, what's really happening here is that the number is repeated with respect to their magnitude. Okay, the number is repeated with respect to their magnitude, means that 1 is repeated 1 times, 2 is repeated 2 times, 3 is repeated 3 times, so on and so forth. Clear? So it's like a static input and static output we have. So we can employ one approach here. So we will just take the input list here. So in that list I'm passing some number 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, right? And I'm required something like that, so we will take out variable here, and we can employ the list comprehension here. So for every I in the list whatever you have passed, and after that I first convert those I into the string format. Okay, string format, and multiply those things with respect to whatever I have got. Clear? So in that way we can just take a multiple of these things. Okay, and after that, in order to get it into the proper integer format, I typecast it to the int. Clear? Pretty simple, right? And let me just print out whatever the output I have got here. Let me just run those things. Okay, so first of all let me just clear those things right now, and let me just comment all of the stuffs from the above. Okay, again I'll just run those things again. Okay, and okay, let me just run those things again, and I'm getting the proper output right now. So this is how you can approach the solution. Clear? Next question we have for the session: write the Python program to remove the duplicate character from the string. Okay, it's a pretty common question you have into the interview. So I want to remove the duplicate characters. So let me just do one thing here. Let me just take the user input first. User input is equals to input, right? Enter some string. Okay, enter some string. After that I wanted to create one another string which is free from the duplicate. Okay, so let me just take the function remove duplicate, and I'm passing the string here. Let me just take the temporary string here. Let me just take the temporary string which is empty right now. Okay, and I'm passing with respect to each of the character in the main string. Okay, and checking if that character is in the temporary string or not. If it is not, if it is not, so not in. Okay, if it is not, then do one thing, let's just add those character into the temporary string. Okay, so temporary string plus equals character, and after that just return the temporary string. Okay, so let me just do one thing here. Let me just invoke this function creating one variable and remove duplicate, right, and I'm passing the user input here. Okay, and let me just print things into the console, right? Okay, so let me just run those things right now. Okay, so still I just wanted to comment this thing out. Okay, and let me just again run those things, enter some string. So let me just enter some string Mississippi. Okay, and I'm just getting, okay, so let me just do one thing. I guess it's just a variable name conflicts here. Okay, okay, right now it's again, let me just run this thing. Okay, temp string is not defined. Okay, okay, so here you can see that temp string is not defined. Okay, so it's just a error for variable naming. Okay, 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 you can get the modified string which is free from the duplicate. So this is how we can just employ the approach, take care of the variable naming conflict, and you are good to go. So the final question for the today's session is that encode the number. Okay, so you must have seen that in the bank statements, or when you are just printing some bank statements, so there they just hide some characters or numbers from the user's identity just to make a security mechanism for that. So we can just employ this approach into the Python as well. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is that, let me just first take the user input. So user input will input their number. Okay, int input. Okay, enter some number. Okay, enter some number here, and let me just create one function here, encode string, encode number, sorry, and after that I'm passing one number here. Okay, first thing I wanted to do with respect to that is I will just convert this thing into the string representation. Okay, so string representation, because I wanted to convert this into the iterable object. Okay, and then after I just get those get rid of these final characters. Okay, so subnums, you can take any variable name. Okay, so whatever the strings representation we have, and colon -5, clear, -5. So this is the thing we have, and after that what I'm doing here is that just encode some stuff. So whatever the sub number you got, so final underscore is equals to, right, whatever the sub number you have got, add those things, right, add those things something like 5 times, and just return the final. Clear? So this is how we can just employ this approach, and let me just invoke the function here. Okay, so the invoke encode number, and passing the user input here, and then just print the whatever the result I have got here. Again, one thing to note here is that I just wanted to comment out the few stuff from the previous code as well, so that the script will run without any problem. Clear? And let me just comment this out right now. Okay, I guess it's pretty much clear for all of you guys. Let me just run those things. It will ask me for a number. Let me just take the number. Okay, and I'm getting this thing not defined. Okay, okay, yes, so it's not defined actually. Let me just again run those things. and I'm getting the proper encoding. Just take care of the variable names. Okay, so variable names is should be matched with respect to that defined variable name, and you are good to go. So these are the 5 questions we have for the sessions. Okay, so right now we are just completed with the most important interview questions for the interview which is recently asked, right? In the next session as well we will take some other questions as well. Till then, have a nice day.